Want to hear a story? Well, I've got a story to tell. And like any good story, it begins with our cast of characters. So let's begin by introducing you to Sammy. That's him there. He's 17 years old, a high school junior, a bit of a loner, but not to the point of being outcast. He has a base of friends, but just prefers most of the time to spend his time alone. Overall, he's a really good kid. Never a troublemaker, good student, and popular with a small circle of people that he chooses as his friends. But the real story... Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm actually getting a little ahead of myself. I think I failed to mention that this is a ghost story. More specifically, a Halloween story. And most importantly, a true story. Well, this story begins on October 30th. That's tonight. Just a few hours away from the witching hour. Oh, you seem a bit confused. I'll bet most of you thought that the proverbial witching hour was on Halloween night at midnight, right? Not true. Because 1 minute after midnight, you see, is not Halloween, it's actually November 1st. Oh no, my friends. The real witching hour is tonight at midnight. Because that's when it becomes All Hallows Day, or as we call it, Halloween. One of Sammy's close friends has been texting and calling him all day to make sure he's actually coming to the Halloween party tonight. Oh, Sammy likes parties as well as anyone else, I suppose, as long as the company is that of his closest friends, but dressing up and drawing attention to himself in such a theatrical fashion has really never been his forte. He would probably enjoy himself quite a bit more just spending an evening at home watching a horror film, like he's doing right now. And besides, in Sammy's own words, Halloween is just kids' stuff. There are no real ghosts. He was absolutely sure of that. Then again, aren't we all? Sammy arrived, a few people in costume were already there. One person in particular made the trip worth its while for him. He decided he would stay for just a bit, but he definitely wanted to get home before it got too late. So at 11 p.m., he decided to leave. Instead of walking home through the streets the way he came, He decided it would be much faster to take the shortcut through the old trail in the woods, which would cut about 20 minutes off his journey for sure, and bring him out nearly behind his own house. Now, it never occurred to him even for a moment, nor did it even bother him, that the walk through the forest would take him directly past an old private graveyard. Some forgotten family plot from some forgotten resident of Tromaville years ago. Well, that didn't bother him at all. There are no ghosts. Nothing to be frightened of. He was sure of it. Okay, you're just seeing things, Sammy boy. Just seeing things. There's nothing there. He started walking just a bit faster now, despite his constant internal dialogue reminding him that there's nothing to be frightened of. But little did Sammy know that in just a few brief moments, he would be thrust into the unknown, despite all of his certainty and bravery, despite all of his knowledge, or possibly because of it. He would be suddenly faced with a paradox. For lack of a better term, the supernatural. For he had been through these woods many times as a child. He just knew from start to finish where it would lead him, or should lead him. However now, on this night, the road that should have led him out directly behind his own house did not. It was there no more, and instead looming eerily up ahead, something that should not have been there at all. An old, abandoned mansion. Where did that come from, he thought? That was never there before. Ever so cautiously, his senses tuned to their sharpest, this time he did notice an odd feeling, just as he stepped up onto the porch. A feeling as if he were passing through a thick wall of water, as if the atmosphere had suddenly grown thicker, stickier, heavier. It grew noticeably colder and eerily quiet.
October 15th, 1951. Dear Diary, my son Dan had those terrible nightmares again last night. He wakes up screaming. I'm very concerned. October 20th, 1951. Dear Diary, Daniel is really starting to scare me now. He's nervous all the time, and he says he hears voices talking to him out in the family cemetery after dark. He's changed. He's different. I'm so frightened for myself and for the children. October 25th, 1951. Dan has gone for hours at a time in that cemetery. God only knows what he does there. And late at night, I swear, I can hear 2 voices coming from his room at night. He's in there alone. He struck me last night when I asked him about his behavior. If this continues, I have only one choice. I'll have to protect myself and the kids. I think he's possessed.
I know. You don't believe in such things. Why, you probably don't believe I've been telling you the truth at all, do you? You've made up your mind. You're unmovable in your convictions, and you're sure of it. Aren't we all? Happy Halloween. You're tuned into KOME Radio. A bit of local news and then some more music. Local authorities and concerned parents are searching for a missing local boy, last seen on his way to a Halloween party last night. If anyone out there has any information, please contact the Sheriff's Department immediately. actually... Just call us here at the station, then we'll pass the word along. Well, happy day after All Hallows Eve. We're going to get back to a little bit of music, but I hope all of you had a good scare last night.